Hello everyone, welcome to the Tech Podcast series. This is Lakshit Pant from Azure Developer Community, and today we are going to talk about AI open source, as this is a part of Open Source Day India Tour initiative, an initiative of Azure Developer Community. We are doing a lots of initiatives. We are doing offline meetups, online podcast series, online event sessions to upskill to help you upskill yourself around multiple tech. So today we have here Ayaz with us, and he'll be talking about multiple things like open source, about his company Yudiz, and we'll be talking about AI, and there will be multiple exciting things. So first of all, I would like Ayaz to introduce yourself. If you could introduce yourself a bit.
Yeah, hi. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me on your platform. Right, it's a pleasure to be here. So, if talking about my introduction, my name is Ayaz, and I have been working as a team lead of a Python AI ML department at Yudiz Solutions. Okay, so I have been working here since last 5 years. Okay, it has been a long time, and I used to deal with the technologies, the upcoming trends. Okay, we used to be familiar with the hands-on experience with the trends which are in the market. So since last 5 years, I have been working on a Python. Then I have jumped to the machine learning, and right now I'm leading the AI projects here at Yudiz Solutions. Yeah. And if talking about my education, right? So I have a degree of Master of Science in the field of IT. That is the post graduation.
Yeah, so your journey has been amazing,
Yeah.
Ayaz, and I've been following your Udis lately, and I've done a little bit homework from my end about Udis. So, but I would really like to know about the history and the evolution of Udis Solution from as a website development company to multiple disciplinary tech company that covers multiple domains like game development, application development, IoT is there, and now have also started going around with AR, VR, that immersive tech, and also the major part is the AI ML development solutions that you mentioned. So, how
Yeah.
has been this journey? If you could explain this, it would be really great.
So I can't explain all of the throughout journey because there were many ups and downs the company has faced, but the level which the company has reached right now, it is really outstanding. It has been started around 2011. It has been a decade. So they just started. Means we just started with the website development, a normal website development. Then we moved to the, as per the trends, we moved to the application development, iOS development, AR, VR, the blockchain development, and around in 2018 or 19, we have started working on the AI/ML development. And as you mentioned, that we are taking the market trends into the considerations, right? So it was means in 2020 we deep dived into the Flutter and the technology which was the renowned named as a metaverse, right? Web3. So we have undertaken all this kind of technologies. So the journey from 2011 to till now is pretty outstanding because we are dealing and we are providing the solutions in each and every sector. Right? We are not just limited to the development of website development or just limited to the application development. So we are specialized. We are skilled in game development, blockchain development, AI ML solutions, and different kind of mobile applications. Right? So, and that led us to be the stand in the market, right? And right now we are the well known and we are one of the leading game development company in India.
Yeah, that's very nice, and I have this. So, leading UDs and being an integral part of the industry, how do you ensure that your solution remain competitive and foresighted in a constantly evolving tech landscape? Because in tech industry, everything is changing so fast with a swift pace. So, how do you ensure these key avenues?
So this is what I mentioned in the previous question that we are not just limited to the providing a specific kind of solutions. We take the market into the considerations. Like we have a sort of team who means day by day they keep an eye on the market, right? Like how the market is evolving, how the trend is beginning. Like means what is the trend? Means which technology is getting up, which technology having down, right? And keeping all those understanding all that analysis in the mindset, we work on the deliverables, right? like how to pitch the client and what kind of requirements we can gather in from this kind of region, kind of this, right? So we keep an eye on that kind of trend. Like currently, let's take an example. Currently, as we know that the chat gpt is in boom, right? On everyone's is naming about the chat gpt, which has been provided by the OpenAI, right? So we have been implementing that too, because as it is a requirement, and we took a initiative to work on that part, and we got a good client, and we are working on a well-known with a well-known company on that project. We are building one chatbot, and we have integrated the chat gpt in that, and it helps the customers to get the itineraries, the booking the flights and booking the hotels and everything directly through the chatbot, right? Using the chat gpt as a backend. So this is how we evolve with the technology. We are not just taking out to the normal scripting stuff, right? And if talking about the blockchain, then we are working on the different kind of coins. Means we do keep an eye on a different kind of Ethereums which are coming in the market, and we learn from that. So, and the best part of our company is that we are not the employees are not just limited having skills, right? They learn by time to time, means with the different types. So we have a diverse knowledge, and that is the reason that we are foresighted, and we are confident that we are in the market, right? And we are following the trend. Okay, we are not just living back out there.
So, when you talk about multiple industries, when you talk about multiple solution, and this diverse range of industries, from
Mm-hmm.
entertainment to finance, there has been a lot of difference in every industry. Every industry have their specific needs. Every industry have their specific requirements in every sense. So how do you ensure and how do you cater these diverse range of industries with Yudiz Solutions?
So if talking about the Yudi's journey in this kind of sectors, if talking about the finance, if talking about the game or e-commerce, right? So we have worked with the well-known brands. We can't mention the name, but we have worked with the well-known companies, right? We have built their applications, the websites, and their deliverables. And the reason is that we have a set of team who interact with the client, and we take their requirements like as per the need. For example, if the requirement is related to the finance, right? So we have a specialized person to understand those kind of requirement, to analyze those kind of requirement, and we add on the things from our end too, like, yeah, this could be expected, this can be done. So at that point we are creating a good level of bonding with the client, right? Client have a trust on us, and we do the same on the client, and we gather the requirements. So what I want to say is that we are having a different skilled person. So if there is a new requirement or opportunity of a project for a finance sector, then we have a specialized person for that to deal with the client. If it is about the gaming industry, then we have the person. If it is about the blockchain AI, then we have the specific person. So what it is like, it is good to have a conversation with the client because we have the knowledge of that base. So we also know that where the client can be improved their product, right? So we give our suggestions, and if client agrees, then we fulfill that too in the projects, right? So that is the reason that we are keeping or following the trend and in the different sectors itself, like either it is a finance, gaming, AIML, or a blockchain.
Uh, yes. So now let's take. So I just wanted to talk because you belong from a AI background. I'm very curious
Yes.
to know how has the growth of AI and immersive tech, according to you, impacted the industry over the past few years, and how do you think it will impacts the hiring trends in the industry? Because we have been seeing all these layoffs and multiple you know companies are diluting their resources, so their assets. So how do you? What are your take on this?
That's a sort of a good question. So, if talking about AI, right? So, AI has been trending since the last decades. It has been around, we can say, 15 to 20 years. So, but since last 5 to 6 years, it has been in a boom because every technology, every companies are using the AI in any of their projects or products, right? If talking about the big companies, if we jump to the Instagram, Facebook, right, Spotify, everyone is relying on the AI, and that is the reason they are standing in the market currently, because they are playing with the emotion. Not we can't say the emotion, but playing with the human interventions, right? Means how they use the Facebook, how they use the Instagram Reels feature, right? what they do, what are their activities, and on the basis of that, they suggest the users about the post, like recommended post and kind of thing, right? And that is the thing which is engaging the users to stick to their applications, either it is a Facebook, Instagram, or Spotify, right? So these are just the three names, but most of the companies are using this artificial intelligence algorithm in their
Yes.
network. So that was about the AI, means how the big companies are using. Like as we know that Instagram is using the AI, because if we are watching any reel for a multiple seconds of time, if it is related to the animals, then the next reel would be of the animal itself, because they are learning, they are feeding the algorithms, right? That yeah, the user is having the interest in the animal kind of reels, then it would be good to show the next reel as well of the animal, right? So this is the kind they are engaging with the AI, and in doing the interaction with the humans, right? So the question of your like how AI is taking over the, means will AI take over the hiring process kind, right? So yes, because I'm not much sure, but I have learned somewhere, that read it somewhere, that there was 50 to 55% of the companies are trying to automate their hiring processes, because as the population is getting increased, the job vacancies are getting increased, right? And so in the market there are n number of job opportunities, and means a company which is having a more than 1,000 of employees can't manage, or two or three HRs can't manage all that processes at a single process of time, right? So to we say to reduce this kind of efforts, okay, so the company is taking over or moving to the AI part. So AI is like, some companies are providing the AI softwares which are built on for the hiring processes. They are taking the membership of that. And what it does is, means let's take an example. So if I am a candidate, right, if I'm applying for the job for X company, and X company has implemented the software, so I'm not applying the job directly to the HR or emailing the thing, right? So what I will does, I will upload my CV there. The CV will be parsed by the algorithm which has been used by the AI, that company. It will parse the CV, it will match the requirements, like companies uh, having a need of such kind of person who is having this sort of skills. If it is there, then only it will pass that resume for the next step, okay? If it is not there, then it will reject the CV at the same step of time, right? So this is how the efforts of the humans, the HRs, are getting reduced. So yes, it is taking the hiring process. But if talking about the uh, side effect, we say, or the drawback of this hiring process would be like, as in a normal interview we used to sit with a human, right, in front to front, and we used to have a communication with them. So at the time of a communication, we got to know that how much a person is capable of, right? How are his good soft skills too. But if we are relying on the AI, if we are relying on any machine, then we are not able to know the soft skills of the person, the communication skills of the person, and this is a lag. And this is what we can miss if we are relying on the artificial intelligence. But yes, my answer is yes, that yeah, hiring process is taken over by the AI.
Yes, and so I do have some follow-up questions, and I've been waiting to ask this question to a very to a person, so that to a AI guy. So because can you tell me the best example name that comes to your mind when it comes to AI, other than recommendation system, that is the application of AI that we are using right now, that is very much interesting to you? I just like, want to explore about this, because recommendation system is something we have been seeing and we have been using already. I just wanted to know if there are any other application than this that uses AI or or machine learning, anything that is that we are implementing on a large scale.
If we talk about the existing thing, means it is only the one name, that is a ChatGPT. But if we're talking about the other products, we can say application, then we do have many products. We have one robot named as a Sophia, right? So the Sophia was only the robot which was means which was received the citizenship in a Dubai, right? The robot itself. So it is totally built on the top of the AI algorithms. It is able to understand the human things, and it works in that way. But I would like to explain about the chat gpt, the thing, because it is in the market, and I would like to describe something about this, so the viewers who are viewing this podcast might get some idea if they are not aware of the ChatGPT, right? So ChatGPT is only the tech seen in the last decade, which has reached millions of users in a single day. If you are talking about the Netflix, then it took around 3 to 4 years to reach the 1 million users, right? And if we talk about the Facebook, then it took around 5 to 10 months to reach the 1 million users. But if we talk about the ChatGPT, it is only the single name in the market which took only 5 days to reach the 1 million users. So on the basis of this data, we can just think of it like how much powerful the ChatGPT would be. The reason is that it helps you. I would like to explain one thing. There is one thing test named as Turing test. TURING, that is a Turing test. So that test is able to detect whether the answer is given by the artificial intelligence computer or a human, right? So many of the we can say many of the products like Sophia and other were not able to pass this Turing test because this is much hard, and no machines can pass this easily. But we can say the ChatGPT is the one which can pass this test, because we can't judge on the basis of this response we receive from the ChatGPT. For example, if I'm asking a ChatGPT that I want to apply in Amazon, I'm having a 3.5 years of experience with this sort of skills. If I hit the enter, then it will give me a large, we can say 2 to 3 paragraphs with all the modifications that where I want to apply and what are my skill set. So if the users is getting this kind of responses in a single seconds, right? So this will somehow impact the future, right? Because they are not able to going to think themselves, right? They are not going to learn something from the internet or something, right? They will be totally rely on the chat gpt and such kind of applications if they will be launched in the future. So somehow it will give an impact on the future. It will give an impact on the employees too. So is that was the one uh, trending thing of a chat means AI, which I wanted to discuss.
Yeah, now I just wanted to take this podcast to a next definition, like I more about open source development. In your opinion, what are the most exciting open source projects that you have seen emerge recently? And OpenAI has used to be the one before Microsoft took over. Yet, any other project that comes to your mind that is open source and people can contribute to?
Yes, so OpenAI, as it was open source, right, and they released a ChatGPT. But apart from that, being a personal knowledge, I had worked on one project that is named as a Sailor, okay, SALEOR. So it is an open source project which has been built through the Python or Django community, right? We say means it is totally based on the Django based web application. And if as you know that in the market there is a daily need of e-commerce websites, right? So if anyone wants to build any e-commerce platform which would have the management of the inventory, management of the products and everything, so they can totally use that Sailor. They can just go to their GitHub URL. They can just clone the project and they can add their specifications too, and they can commit their code to the repo. They are having a vast community, so we are able to get the supports in the next 24 hours, and we can build our own e-commerce platform, our own web application, right, on the top of this Sailor. So this is one of the good project open source which you guys can check on.
Yeah, thanks for enlightening over the failure. At last, I want to have two more inputs from you. This is the most interesting question for the our audience. Do AI replace humans like OpenAI, ChatGPT, Midjourney, and similarly multiple tools or
Uh,
projects build the thought of threat in human replacement? So, how do you think upon this?
uh, we we can't say yes or no, but yes, it is a mid-level answer. I say yes, it will replace the humans, because as we are seeing that many companies are doing the layoffs, right? We have seen in the newspaper recently the big companies are laying off their employees, right? There is no just reason of money or something, but yeah, it is all about the machines, because right now in this level of era, the machines are at that stage that they are able to do the work which were to be done by the humans, right? So if the human efforts were doing the same work in a day, then the same work are able to achieved in a 1 minute by the machine, right? So why the company would spare a lot of amount of money to on the person, right, on the employee? Rather they can have just one system which can be used, right? it don't have a limitations of the time, because if we are talking about the employees, then they have a 10 to 7 shift, right? But if you are talking about a machine, then they don't have such kind of shifts. So if the company, which is the company's perspective, means I'm not talking about all the companies, but some companies are focusing that, yeah, AI will be the future, right? And we will be replacing the jobs of the humans with the AI machines. But yeah, somehow it is not, we can say, a good approach, because AI is not having, we can say, the emotions, right? If you are talking about the humans are having the emotions, and we can say that kind of maturity, like how to handle, how to tackle the work. But at the same time, the machine will only do the task what we have taught to it, right? So what we will feed to machine, it will react in that way. But in the human case, it can learn from itself, and it can work accordingly. So yes, it will replace the human, but I would also say no. No would be the reason, because day by day, the many companies are focusing towards the developing the AI products and everything, right? But to utilize them, to build them, there will be a requirement of lot of efforts and the human power, right? And lot of new technologies. And to build that kind of machines, to build that kind of artificial intelligence robots, there will be a need of the humans, right? There will be a need of vacancies. So somehow there will be the employment, and somehow there will be unemployment. So that, in short, I would say that we can't say, but yeah, the future would be unpredictable, because like how AI going to change over the world, right? It will be
Yes.
uh,
Definitely. And I just have one last question. So finally, any predictions, future predictions you want to make for AI, where it will lead, or any ideas that you think before, people should think before using this buzzword AI?
yes. So AI is not just limited to a single tech. Okay, AI is vast enough. AI is having many sub branches. We have a machine learning, we have a deep learning. Many things are there, right? So if talking about the future prediction, then yeah, AI would be a much helpful for the different sectors. If talking about the finance, like AI can be used to detect the frauds which are happening in the banks, right? It could help us in that situation. If talking about the healthcare sector, then it would be a great improvement, because we have such kind of diseases. Since last many decades, we are not able to do the operations for the cancer, right? The cancer patients were not able to recover. So right now we have that kind of machines which were built on the top of the AI, the algorithms that are able to detect the cancer, and helps to recover from it, right? So it would help in the healthcare sector, the farming sector. So yes, AI is having a good side in the future too. But if the person is using this AI at a high level, means in a day-to-day needs, then it won't be the good thing for the humans, right? Because we are building the community, or it would be like we are giving a bond to the robots, right? And they will be the only the one, it might be in the future that they will rule over the humans. So this could be the thing which would happen, but we hope for the good things. And so yes, the people should think twice before speaking about the AI, like how AI will be, and AI will be good or bad. But yes, we should know that how we have to use it.
So
Yeah.
fingers crossed, and we have seen this, and I have read this also. AI won't replace
Mm-hmm.
humans. The person who is using AI will. So there are multiple things there. These are predictions, and this is all about the thought process that you can infer. So, and it was lovely talking to you, Ayaz, and yeah, talking about these questions about open source and AI and development, about the UDs especially. So thank you for joining here, and it was lovely talking to you. And for the audience, guys, keep listening to these podcasts. We are coming up with lots of initiative, and stay tuned. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.